mentioned about the Rose Bowl, saying that he still had thoughts about the Rose Bowl in his head and on how bad they got beat and know, kind of replays in his mind and stuff. You know what I mean? He want that get back. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? So, how y'all feel about
Mhm.
Dan Lanning comment as far as the Rose Bowl?
I mean, I think you need to. I mean, we don't even play Oregon during the regular season, so I I don't know if he trying to run the fade back. I get it, you know what I'm saying, because he got I mean, it was embarrassing, you know what I mean, Rose Bowl. I think the truest thing he said was, they did some things that we weren't prepared for. Hey, well, you just showing that you got out coached then. You just telling on yourself. You know what I mean? Like,
Facts.
so you know what I mean? Once you say, okay, hey, you know what I mean? That means your preparation wasn't on point. You know what I mean? Also, because y'all see my name under there, Mr. Unbiased. I do think that the rest played a big part. You know what I mean? That we had. We had a month off, didn't we? You know what I mean? I mean, good lord.
Mhm.
Any knick-knack injuries that any of the players had that we didn't really know about was healed. You know what I mean? Jack Sawyer could have had a little mild ankle sprain playing on that we didn't know about. That probably got healed up for him to make that great play he made at the end to seal it. I mean, I'm just saying, days off, time off to get that body rest and the game of football is a big deal. And I just, but I ain't tripping. And we still whoop y'all ass, and we got the natty. That is what it is. But you know what I mean. Just because I'll admit that the time off played a part, don't mean that we ain't earn our shit. So we earned it. We played the game on the field.
We whooped y'all ass. Like it wasn't even like. I think this is just a top part of the long fucking page of Dan Lanning bad comments and bad moves. He's putting a real sour taste in my mouth, especially with the whole Nico thing. And then you're not gonna grab him, but you're gonna
Yeah, I don't
snitch
like the guy. I don't
and
like the
not
guy.
gonna
Like,
grab him. Like, and now you're gonna talk shit about the game. You got your
yeah,
ass whooped, and then,
yeah.
like you said, admitted to getting out coached. Like,
I
why the
just don't
fuck are
like
you
it.
at Oregon then, bro? Like, why are you at Oregon? You keep making all these like, I mean, minor mistakes, but not minor mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Trash.
bruh gonna talk his way out of being the head coach of Oregon. Like, and that's sad because it's probably not his X and O's for real. It's gonna be his media presence. People just don't like his ass. Like it's weird. Like I didn't have anything against him like during the season, but like everything I keep hearing his name in is definitely negative light for Dan Lannon. Like
Some bullshit. It's always some
you need
bullshit.
to chill the fuck out, dude. Let somebody else say the shit. You know what I mean? It's just crazy. He keeps sticking his nose in other people's business, and he gonna get bit or whatever the saying is. You know what I mean? That's just
Hmm.
how I feel about Dan Lennon. Like, well, I ain't even gonna take you serious no more, bro.
Yeah, as far as his quote, man, as far as the Rose Bowl game, um, I mean, like I said, bro, like they gotta see us in the Big Ten, man. It's the Oregon and Ohio State, far as like the Big Ten rivalry, because this is a rivalry game now. Playing those guys now, like they are like big ops. They big ops right now. Like they big
It's
ops
not
in
a.
every level, far as recruiting,
It's
etc.,
a.
bro. On the field, all of that. So like those guys, they the ops, man, and I want to see them guys in the Big Ten championship, man. I really do. I hope we see them guys, man, because they stealing guys from Ohio and recruiting and everything coming in our backyard. You know what I mean? Like I don't be liking that, man. Trey McNutt and Dorian Brew over there. I ain't jacking that, man, for real, man. So I do like what we got going between Ohio State and Oregon because it give us a nice op in the Big Ten to really look forward to play. You know what I'm saying? Other than the Penn State and the bums up north and shit like that. You know what I mean? So um interesting though, but I do want to see them boys in the Big Ten, and I do want to. put belt the ass again next year.
Facts. Facts.
So this brings me to this last topic, and then we're gonna get Buckeye Hater of the Week to go ahead and close out for sure. Um, Speaking of 2024 season for us games, I want to do something different, man. Let's do the top five games of the 2024 season for Ohio State. Since this season now, we can go ahead and let go of 2024. Even though I'm still celebrating the national championship, don't get it twisted. I'm still celebrating that natty until you beat us. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
That's just the facts. So um, and the guys was just at the White House the other day, and we're gonna talk about this as far as the Buckeye haters part, as far as the White House situation. So, um, top five games for the 2024 season for the Buckeyes, man. I can start
Last
first if y'all
season.
want me to start first.
Go ahead.
Okay. Shit. First, I'm gonna start with the Ohio State at Penn State game, the game that we won 2013. I felt like that was like a game to after winning that game after losing to Oregon, they got the team. It got them together. In mode to make this run towards the end of the regular season and everything. And I thought that was a great win and stuff, and especially winning that. Penn State is never easy winning that Penn State, and at the crazy place up there
Mhm.
at what they call it, Valley or some shit. I forget what it is. It don't matter. They some bums too. Like, that game, that's the first game, and then the Indiana game, man, coming out blowing Indiana out, man, out the gate. TV, of course, TV was making that case that week, talking about Indiana was gonna show up and all of that. And by the way, TB was on record saying Penn State was going to upset us too. By the way, let's go ahead and remind that too. By the way, remember, I ain't forget about that. I ain't forget
I was
about
almost
that.
right. I was almost right.
Yeah, you
Oh,
wasn't.
they definitely look better against. They definitely look better against Indiana than they did Penn State. That's for sure. Penn State was not
And
on
then
my list of good games.
yeah, Indiana. Yeah, Indiana. I like that game, 38-15 win right there. The way we came out and Indiana, the coach was talking crazy, before the game and shit. And we came out there and put belt the ass, man. And then going into to the the legendary playoff run, man. First game, Tennessee fans talking crazy and shit. Talk about they coming in, they gonna plant their flag in the middle of the field and everything, and just talking
we
wild, man.
playing
And we
Rocky
came out
Top.
and put belt the ass to Tennessee, 42-17, man. Like what I'm saying, like they was so shocked. Like them boys was leaving the stadium earlier in the third quarter, driving back to the damn Knoxville, Tennessee. They was sick as hell, like
Made
drunk
their
as hell,
quarterback
drinking
switch teams.
whiskey. Motherfuckers probably got DUIs and shit on the way driving back, drinking that whiskey and shit, subbering they damn loss. Like, and then the fourth game, the Rose Bowl game, Oregon, Ohio State, big blowout, 41-21. You know what I'm saying? Belt the ass out the gate. Oregon didn't know what hit them right out the gate. They was like, what the hell? We getting our ass kicked by these boys like this early? 34
Speaking
nothing? Like they were
speaking
like
of Dan
34
Lanning,
nothing. They were sick. They was sick as hell, man. Like and the last game, of course, the Natty, man, of course, Notre Dame versus Ohio State, man. We won 34-23 in that game. Legendary game. Will Howard closing it out with the legendary pass to JJ.
and
All
you got
out
Texas in
defense
there.
going crazy.
You got Texas game in there. That's
Nah,
crazy. That's nasty work, bro.
nah,
That's nasty work.
yeah. I got the Texas in
Texas.
mine.
It's definitely there was five good games Ohio State played last year, like top to bottom. There was five good games. It was the four playoff games in Indiana. Everything else was kind of mm, for me.
That's why I did my list the way I did it because I wanted to add the regular season game. I ain't just want to
But
include
you
the
went to
play
add
just the
Penn
playoff
State,
game.
and like, damn, we look trash
I
in Penn
like the
State. We
win. I
barely
like
got
the
out
wi-
of
I
that.
like I like
We
I
barely
like
got
the
out of that. We
resiliency
should have
of the
lost that,
team
to
on
be
that
honest with
I
win.
you.
like it
We should have
that Penn
lost the way
State
we
win.
played.
Like that Penn
Oh,
State win showed
it's
more
gross.
negative than positive. Like, I don't know, man. This is
Way more.
ridiculous.
That's bad. This was
Listen,
like the
I
question
feel
was
y'all.
too
I
easy.
feel. I don't disagree. I don't disagree at all. I feel y'all. I just like the way that they closed that game out. That's just me personally. Like the defense and the offense. I mean, that's just me personally. But that's my list right there for sure, man. What y'all guys got?
Yeah, the four playoff games in Indiana.
okay.
Now the defend tie a little bit and your little rant about Indiana. I thought Indiana was gonna put up a better show. I definitely didn't have us losing to Penn State either. But uh, you know, I thought Indiana was better in that, and then it was in the trenches, and
Both of
Indiana
y'all
just got
did.
smoked. Yeah, well,
TB
no,
was
no,
talking about IU the whole
I ain't
year.
say that. Yeah, because TB my guy, and I'm with him, and I thought Indiana was better than they were. They just had that soft ass schedule, like we just talked about. You know what I mean? Uh, yeah, I was surprised. Not as surprised as Ty, but I was surprised. Damn it!
Listen, my my top is number one. No order. It's the national title game. The Texas game.
Texas number one for me
I'm gonna go that first Oregon game, even though we lost by 1 point. It was just a great game. You know what I mean? And I just feel
was
like we lost based off our mistakes. I don't think Oregon beat us. That's you know what I mean. That's just my
thousand
opinion.
percent. I
And
agree.
how we gave him belt to ass in the second game kind of shows that too. You know what I'm saying? But that's just me. And then
I ain't gonna lie, that even though that loss to Oregon, that was still an amazing game though.
yeah,
Still
it was a
amazing
great game.
game on both ends for sure. Like I love those type of games, man, for sure. I ain't gonna hold you. I
Yeah,
don't like us to be in position to be in tight games. I be just wanting us to just get out on them and put belt the ass and go home. You know what I mean? Like you know
So,
what I'm saying?
so, so,
uh-huh.
But
so now you see our opinion of Will Howard during the
yeah,
regular season and Will Howard first versus the postseason. That's all I'm saying. There was
Uh-huh.
a whole
damn,
different
you threw
offense
the
and
shot
everybody.
at Will. Why did Will gotta
Not a,
get this straight?
that was a shot. The will and
Yes,
the
it
offense and the
was.
coaching.
Nigga, what? He gonna ask, was it a shot? It's like,
So,
yes.
all right. In reality, so let's talk about truth and not shots. That was a shot at Will and not truth at Will. That he played different in the first Oregon game as opposed to any of the playoff games. Or is that like just common
That's the
sense?
truth.
I'm
That's
just
the
curious.
truth. That's
Thank
the
you,
truth, though.
thank you. Like I'm not even. I'm not. That
I mean,
wasn't even a shot.
that's your opinion on that.
That wasn't even a shot.
I feel
I
like
called him
I
Will
feel like
Howard.
Will. I feel like Will played great. The only like Will's bad game was
Will
the
had more than one bad game,
the
bro.
Penn State,
Will had
the
more than
Penn
one bad
State
game.
game, and
Michigan,
the Nebraska
Oregon, he
game, the
made
Michigan game.
mistakes. Oregon, he made mistakes.
And Penn
Big
State
ones.
too.
He
Penn State was
played
a
great in
bad
that
Penn
game too.
Oregon
State.
first in
Oh my
both
God,
Oregon games.
He looked terrible
Penn
in
State was a bad game for
Penn
me.
State in more
Yeah, it was
in
bad in the
Michigan.
first drive, but after that he was straight.
No,
Who?
no,
In the what game?
stop it,
Penn
stop it,
State.
Stop,
He
bro.
won
We're
again. What the fuck
not
y'all
about to
talking
do
about? I
this
know we're not
again.
about to go over this again. We're not
We're
doing
not
this
about to
again.
do this again, bro.
We're
He
not.
was
We're
scored
definitely
20
not.
points.
trash.
He
He
scored
was
20 points.
trash. Just because he made one or
They
two
won the
plays,
game.
he was trash the entire game. We won 20-13, bro.
The
Come on.
offense. I ain't gonna lie. The offense as a whole was trash. I ain't just gonna just blame it on just him. Offense wasn't
Not
doing
Can't
much.
just,
say he played
not
solid.
just.
Don't sit
Can't
there and say
just
he
The
played
blame it
solid.
just
whole
on the
offense
If
switched
that
in
whole
the
if the
playoffs,
offense.
offense,
bro.
if the offense was the whole was trash, that means the quarterback is trash.
Cam, you trying to say
Yeah,
the
I said he
same
had a great
team
game.
played the regular season?
I
Stop it.
said he had.
Stop it.
I said
Stop
I
it.
said Will had. I said Will had. a game where that was one of his worst games. The Penn State, the Nebraska game, and the Michigan game. Those are just three bad
And
games.
the Penn State. You gotta add
I
the Penn
said
State.
Penn State. I said Penn State, Nebraska, and Michigan. Those just three bad games out of the year.
So
All the
he didn't
other
make big
games he went
mistakes.
crazy.
He didn't make big mistakes against Oregon the first
No.
time.
He didn't make
He didn't make
mistakes.
big.
Yes, he
I'm not
did.
saying he made many.
That last year was
Stop
not
it!
on. That
Stop it! I'm
last
not
drive
saying
was
he
not
made
on him.
many. I'm
Bro,
saying he made
Will
mistakes.
played a
Big
flawless damn near
mistakes.
game for real in that game.
bro,
He
Will
played
Held
a
himself
flawless
admitted
game
it
against
though.
Oregon in that first game.
He himself
Yeah,
admitted that he
That's
was not on
the
time.
last end.
nasty work,
Okay,
bro.
he said
That's
the
nasty
last
work,
end
bro.
of the last drive. Yes,
That's
that's what he's
nasty.
talking about. He ain't
That's
talking about the
nasty.
whole
No,
game. You go back and look at
no,
the stats
no,
and what he did. He went
no, no.
crazy.
That's not all I'm talking about. That's not at all. I'm talking about the third down throw. I'm talking about him tripping over himself and didn't get a first down. I'm talking
The
big
fumble on
mistakes.
third down. The fumble on third
Thank
down.
you. No, that's another one. That's not just
Or
one.
the last drive, right?
It
I
was
didn't say he made a lot of mistakes. I said he made big mistakes.
You talking about the last drive? That's the only drive you're talking about.
he had a fumble. That fumble on third down wasn't on the last drive.
He didn't
Thank
fuck. He
you.
didn't go to
He just
Oregon though.
said it.
He fucking hop right on the ball. That ain't no
We
fumble.
had to punt though. We was down. We had to punt. If he didn't fumble on that drive, we were driving, bro. We could take the lead.
On the move. On the
We
move.
was
On third
driving.
down.
We was
Just said
driving.
big
If he could
mistakes.
have took the
Didn't
lead on
say
that
he
drive,
made a lot.
he fumbled the ball on third down on some bullshit. We had to punt.
Thank you.
Y'all,
Sorry,
y'all,
Cam.
y'all nitpicking. Y'all nitpicking hard
Bro,
as
come
fuck.
on,
Cause that
bro.
boy, y'all is. Y'all
Bro,
always do, bro.
how many
Y'all
times
You
you
always
act
played?
like
do.
you
You
act like
played
we fucking thinking
situational
about this shit.
football.
It
Y'all
just comes to
do.
us.
It's
Bro,
That shit
that
be
situational
man
real,
football,
Will
bro.
Cam.
played great in that
Take the
Oregon game,
blinders
bro.
off.
Y'all
Take the
nitpicking with a
blinders
couple of
off.
fucking plays, man. Y'all nitpicking with a couple of fucking plays. Y'all know
The
that boy played
recruiter
good in
Like
that
I
first
plays.
said,
Oregon
The
like
recruiter
I
game.
said,
plays,
not a
bro.
lot,
The
not a
defense,
lot of
y'all want to put
mistakes.
blame for that
Big
game? The defense
mistakes.
is to blame. And y'all both know that. The motherfuckers gave up 30 fucking 8 points in that damn game. Had no business giving up 38. And we
Had nothing to
both
do with
know
field
that.
position either, did it? Had nothing to do with field position. So just blame the defense, right?
Defense ain't got no
Okay.
business giving up
Okay.
38.
Okay. He didn't throw an
We,
interception in that
we
game
ain't
either,
get
did he?
we ain't,
Oh,
he
okay.
ain't throw no picking against Oregon. He ain't had no turnovers getting that Oregon game.
You're right. It was
He
the
had
fumble I
no
was thinking about.
turnovers. Yeah, he had no turnovers in that
But
Oregon game.
so turnover is the only reason for field position or three and outs and bad passes.
Shit, we need our
Ugh.
fucking defense to make a fucking
Ugh.
stop.
Come on,
The
bro.
defense got to play
Ugh.
sometime.
Ugh.
Only one
It-
defensive player had a bad
Ugh.
game for
38 points
Oregon.
for giving up 38 at Ohio State is unacceptable. Unacceptable.
Only
Like
one
we
defensive player
all
had a
three know
bad
that.
game. They only cooked a dude on the corner. That was really it. That's all they had.
Pass interference on Iggy and Burke that game. Burke had a big one that game.
Man,
Burke was getting his ass
listen,
chef
Yeah. Yeah.
Chef Boyardee out that motherfucker that
listen. It's situational
day.
football. They say situational football for a reason.
All right, so let's get to the Buckeye hater of the week, man. So I got two of them this week, man.